I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2021 DARE Elementary DARE graduation. I always like to start off by thanking the City of Miamisburg, the Miamisburg City Schools, and the Miamisburg Police Department for their support of the DARE program, because without it, today wouldn't be possible. I also like to thank the fourth graders for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you guys next year in DARE class. I'd also like to thank the fifth graders here at DARE. You guys did a great job this year. I had a great time getting to know you, and I'm very proud of all of you. Some of the things we talked about this year was the dangers of alcohol and tobacco, the ability to make good decisions and to refuse peer pressure. We talked about how to be safe with over-the-counter prescription drugs. We talked about bullying and being a good citizen. The goal of the program, though, is for you guys to take the information you gained this year and use it as you grow older and you encounter difficult situations. We do have some guests that have joined us today to congratulate you on your accomplishment. From the Miamisburg City Schools, we have your superintendent, Dr. Laura Blessing. From the Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have Judge Robert Reddick. From the Miamisburg City Council, we have John Stoddard. From the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Sergeant Josiah Kiefer. And of course, you all know your principal, Mrs. Rupert. A couple of our guests would like to say a few words, and we'll begin with Dr. Blessing.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to let you know I'm very proud of you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we want to congratulate you on your DARE graduation. You know, I was out here a few months ago, and there were a lot of you that were part of a Making a Difference, because on the playground, they saw something and they reported it. Kind of that see something, say something. So I know that's part of the DARE model is, you know, looking out for others and for yourself and seeking help when you need it. So I want to congratulate you on that as well. And I'm glad to be a part of your wonderful celebration today. So thank you.
Thank you. And Judge Reddick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to talk a little more than the superintendent. I asked the last class on Wednesday if they knew what the word verbose meant. Do any of you know what that word means? Well, that's when you talk too much, all right? So I'm going to show you what verbose means here. First, I'm the Miamisburg Municipal Court judge, and I see a lot of people that maybe make bad decisions. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you. It's easy to make the right decision in the cold, hard light of day when there's no peer pressure, and it's just a lot easier. Now, I know they have that time that comes when maybe school's out and you're home before your parents come home, or maybe at night, but someday you're going to be tempted. You know what temptation is, don't you? Well, great. Well, you're going to be tempted, and I want you to use the training that you've gotten from this DARE class and Officer Doug, and use what you've learned to make the right choice. It's my experience that the right choice is almost always the hard one. It's easy to do the wrong choice because it's so easy, but I want you to do the hard thing. Now, it may be that you're making good choices, but maybe the person to your left or your right or behind you may be making bad choices. And I expect you to be a friend to that person and maybe lean back and say, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. I lately have been very troubled because I've had young kids doing adult things. You're just graduating from the 5th grade. You're about to begin middle school, a new chapter in your life. And you're going to have more responsibility and more free time. I don't know about more free time, but you're going to be able to make more independent decisions without adult supervision. And every time that occurs, there may be one or two of you, again, that make the wrong choice. Now, lately, I have been having to see a whole lot of people that are harmfully involved with methamphetamines or fentanyl and heroin. Don't do drugs. The old mayor used to say, great things are happening in Miamisburg, and he was right, they are. But you can't waste this opportunity. You have a great opportunity to do good things. You've gotten everything that our great country can give a person if you'll just take advantage of it. Please don't waste it. I see people almost every single day, and some of them have been in DARE class, and then they've made bad decisions when they grew up. Now, if you have an issue, if you're troubled in any fashion, call me. I'll get back to you, I promise. All right? I honestly mean that. Now, if you can't get a hold of me, and believe me, everybody does because I take calls constantly, Officer Doug will help you. Any policeman will help you. Any teacher, let us know. I just had an issue where a very young boy was contemplating doing himself harm. And he was, I think, in the 3rd grade. And I thought, when I was your age, right now, when I was a 5th grader, this time of year, I was so happy. There's an old Mamas and Papas song that's called 12:30, and that song just makes me happy hearing it because it's just a happy song, and that's how happy I was back then. You know, I still am happy, I'm blessed, but I was so happy then because it was summer. How many more days of school are there? Gosh, isn't that nice? You can go play in the creek, maybe go fishing, go to the swimming pool, eat corn and watermelon, play outside with your friends. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm about to graduate from the 5th grade again myself. That sounds so nice. But you can't waste this. Enjoy being a child. A lot of 5th graders want to be adults. I've just had all kinds of issues with young girls doing disturbing things that were 11. And I can't have you do that. Look, I'm an old guy, okay? You're an adult for a long, long time, hopefully. You're only a kid for a few years. Be a kid. It's a lot of fun. You can't go back and be a kid once you become an adult. So enjoy being a kid. Now, you know what some judge told me once, I was in the middle of a hearing, and I said, I'm done, Your Honor, and I sat down, and the judge said, Bob, you've done the hardest thing I've seen an attorney do. Shut up and sit down. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. One of the last things the students do in DARE class is write a DARE report. Not only do they write it, but they present it to their classmates. And we've selected a few students to read their reports today. And we'll begin with Country Weaver.
Hi, my name is Country Weaver. I will be telling you about DARE. The D in DARE stands for divine. The A in DARE stands for assess. The R in DARE stands for respond. And the E in DARE stands for evaluate. Those are the parts of the DARE decision-making model. 5th graders take DARE because they are old enough to learn about drugs, alcohol, tobacco, drinking, smoking, and other bad things. My DARE officer is Officer Doug Sheritz. My 2 topics are tobacco and alcohol. My first topic is tobacco. Smoking tobacco causes lung cancer. Smoking tobacco causes heart disease. Smoking tobacco can cause you to have yellow teeth. Smoking tobacco causes you to have bad breath. Smoking tobacco can cause you to have dry skin, and smoking tobacco can cause you to have wrinkles. My second topic is alcohol. Drinking alcohol can weaken your heart muscles. Drinking alcohol can cause you to have loss of coordination. Drinking alcohol causes poor judgment. Drinking alcohol causes memory loss. Drinking alcohol causes you to lose self-control. And drinking alcohol can cause slow reflexes. I have used DARE decision-making model a couple times in my life. I have responded to a lot of things in my life. I have evaluated, and it technically means that I have made some good choices in my life. What I love learning about DARE is that it taught me so many things that I should not do and what is bad to do. My name is Country Weaver, and in my life, I will never, ever do drugs or smoke or do any other bad things that can or could kill me. I promise that I will always be drug-free.
Good job, Country. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we have Owen McNeil.
Hello, my name is Owen McNeil, and we will talk about DARE. DARE stands for Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate. DARE is important for fifth graders because it teaches them about things that may encounter in life. The officer that teaches us is Doug Sheritz. Okay, now let's learn about the effects of drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. First, let's learn about tobacco. Did you know there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarettes? Cigarettes are terrible for you. They yellow your teeth and cause trash mouth. Cigarettes kill 400,000 main smokers and 50,000 secondhand smokers each year. Did you know cigarettes contain nicotine, an addictive substance? Smoking is the leading cause of preventable death. If you think alcohol is better, you're wrong. Alcohol slows down the heart muscle, which flows less blood to the body and the brain. Alcohol can slow down your body and lead to coma and death. Alcohol causes loss of self-control, which causes poor judgment. Alcohol goes into the bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Drugs are the worst of the bunch. Drugs cause weight loss, fearlessness, and addiction. Drugs are one of the highest illegal items sold in the U.S. Drugs cause loss of thinking and lead to injury or death. Drugs cause unsafe things and mental health issues. Okay, now that you learned about DTA, drugs, tobacco, and alcohol, I have used the DARE decision-making model before. Once I was held at knife point, I had to make a split-second choice. Do I sit there or run? I chose to run. I am fortunate to be alive. The DARE decision-making model is good for every scenario you can think of. Now, for the people that haven't used the DARE decision-making model, I am sorry for them. I, Owen McNeil, promise to be drug-free.
Congratulations. Next, we have Lily Stamper.
Hello, I am Lily Stamper, and I will be discussing with you what DARE is and how to use it in your life. DARE means define, assess, respond, and evaluate. Us fifth graders take DARE to be prepared for the near future. Officer Doug Sheritz stepped in to help us understand that. The main thing I want to talk about is the use of alcohol. Alcohol is illegal under the age of 21. This is because your body is still growing, evolving, and learning. Plus, when you drink, you need to be open to consequences because there are scary ones. You can lose control of what you do, have memory loss, or weaken your heart. And if you're a teen, you can weaken and damage your growing body. So if drinking from a young age means being very weak, sick, and you don't remember as much as you drink more and more, that would be scary to get older, weaker, and grosser. More than 75,000 people die a year because of alcohol. The second problem is tobacco. Tobacco is a substance you can smoke or even chew. Like a cigarette, tobacco is illegal under the age of 19 through 18. Yet sometimes younger kids smoke and try to convince you to join them. They will persuade you by saying stuff like it's easy to quit or even just one really quick. What do you think you're supposed to do? 1, decline and be confident. 2, hang out with a group of non-users. And 3, stay away out of shady areas. If you do all this, you should be fine. I remember using DARE when I was in around 3rd or 4th grade. I didn't know I was using DARE at the time, but it was honestly pretty smart. My issue was I had to decide either go play outside or do my homework. I thought about it and thought about how sad my brother and sister would be if I did my homework, but I also thought about how sad my teacher would be if I chose to go outside. In the end, I chose to do my homework because I could always play with my siblings another day. In the end, it worked out well. I, Lily Stamper, promise to never use tobacco, drugs, or alcohol unresponsibly.
Awesome job. Thank you. Next, we have Lily Smith.
Have you ever wondered what DARE stands for? Well, good thing I'm here to tell you. So, D means define. So describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. Next is A. A means assess. What are your choices? Now we go to R. R means to respond. Make a choice. Use the facts and information you have gathered. The last letter is E. E means to evaluate. Review your decision. Did you make a good choice? Now you know what DARE stands for. Great. Now, why do 5th graders take DARE? 5th graders take DARE to know what is bad for you and what you shouldn't do. Since 5th graders are going into middle school, it is important that we learn important to learn how to defend our right to say no. There can be a lot of bad things in middle school that you shouldn't do. But DARE isn't just telling you what you shouldn't do in school. It is telling you what you shouldn't do and what you should do in the real world. Thanks to the wonderful and amazing officer dog Sherrod, who has taught me so much about DARE. 2 important things I learned from DARE are the dangers of tobacco and alcohol use. Did you know tobacco products are illegal to sell to anyone under the age of 21 in Ohio? That's because cigarettes have a powerful addictive substance called nicotine, and there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. There have been more than 400,000 tobacco-related American deaths. Smoking can also cause heart disease, yellow teeth, bad breath, tooth loss, mouth cancer, and other health problems. Smoking can also cause lung cancer. I know I wouldn't want to deal with that. So now you know what tobacco can do to you and why you shouldn't do it. The next thing I learned from DARE is about alcohol use. Well, the first thing is that alcohol is very unhealthy and illegal for anyone under the age of 21. It is also very dangerous to mix alcohol and medicine together. There are also 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the U.S. This is because alcohol slows down brain and body. When that happens, you can have memory loss, slow reflexes, and loss of self-control. Alcohol also goes directly into the bloodstream and can damage every organ in your body. Did you know that most teens don't drink alcohol? Well, that's a good thing because their bodies are still growing, so therefore alcohol affects them more severely than adults. One time I had to use the DARE decision-making model in my life was when I could have stayed at my grandparents' house or go home and do what my mom told me to do. I thought what would happen if I didn't go and do what I was told. I would probably get yelled at, so I thought, and I didn't want to get in trouble, so I did what I was told and went home. To be honest, I'm glad because I didn't have to do it after church. I would have been really tired. So whenever you have to make a choice, you're using the DARE decision-making model. You have to define the problem. Next, you have to think what your choices are. Next, you have to make a choice. The last thing you would have to do is think if you made the right choice. In the future and in middle school, I plan to use the DARE decision-making model to keep myself safe, healthy, and happy. I, Lily Smith, pledge to never do drugs or drink alcohol.
Congratulations. That's pretty good. Thank you. Next, we have Jordan Hammond.
Do you know what DARE means? It means define, assess, respond, evaluate. 5th graders take DARE to learn how drugs are bad for you and teach you not to do drugs. Did you know more than 400,000 people die a year due to tobacco? So I'd like to thank my DARE officer, Doug Sherrod. He told me if someone asks you to smoke with them or drink with them, walk away or make up something to get away and don't hang out with people that smoke or drink. Also, did you know there are more than 200 dangerous chemicals in cigarettes that can hurt your body? So now to talk about bullying and alcohol use. Bullying is not good because most people that get bullied get ruder and ruder as they're older. Also, if you see someone getting bullied, tell an adult, use the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why. Who's getting bullied, what happened, when did it happen, where did it happen, why did it happen. Finally, give a description of the bully or the bully's name because that will help. Now to talk about alcohol. Do you know more than 75,000 people die every year due to alcohol? Also, alcohol weakens the heart muscle and makes your blood pump slower. Also, alcohol can give loss of memory and slow reflexes. One last thing you should know about alcohol is it can damage your organs and kidneys. Now to talk how you can use the DARE decision-making model in life. If someone asks you if you want to smoke with them, you can use the DARE decision-making model. D means define, so define means to describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. A, assess. What are your choices and what are the consequences of your choice? R, respond, make a choice. Use the facts and information that you have gathered. E, evaluate, review your decision. Did you make a good choice? So if you get asked to smoke with friends, use the DARE decision-making model and think, is it good for you or bad for you? So in the last 10 weeks, I've learned not to use tobacco, drink alcohol, make safe and responsible choices, resistance strategies, responding to pressure, signs of stress, and responding to stress, evaluating your decisions, reporting bullying, and more. I was glad to have Officer Doug this year. He taught me a lot I will never forget, and I wish I had DARE every year because I'd get to see Officer Doug. I promise I will never smoke or do drugs. This concludes my DARE essay. I will never forget DARE.
Congratulations. Great job. And Zach Coleman. You're welcome.
Do you know what D, A, R, and E stand for? D is to define, A is to assess, R is to respond, and E is to evaluate. 5th grade takes DARE to help them in a situation like drugs, bullying, and smoking. The officer who came to see us every Thursday was Officer Doug Sherris. It was very nice of him to come see us every Thursday and teach us. Now I know more about smoking, drugs, and bullying. Now I understand how bad all of that stuff is, thanks to Officer Doug. My 2 topics I'm going to talk about today is how bad drugs and bullying. The drugs I'm going to talk about is alcohol. It's illegal for people under the age 21. It's caused 7,000 deaths in the U.S. One thing it can cause is memory loss. It can slow down the human body. It can cause coma, which leads to death. It can also slow down the brain, leading to memory loss. Our next topic is bullying. And bullying, you need to know the 5 W's. Who, what, where, why, when. You can also get bullied in the internet. Don't you forget about your health network. It means you need to get somebody like your mom, dad, grandma, uncle, anyone. On your network, bullying can take place anywhere. At school, home, store, even anywhere. I had lots of problems last year, and I know now how to fix them. So I used DARE to help me this year. I didn't even know I was using it. I used DARE to help me with my mistakes. My pledge is I, Zachary Coleman, will never bully, take drugs, or smoke ever.
Thank you, Zach. Congratulations. You're welcome. All the students did a great job on their reports, and those 6 are just a fine example of that. The last group of people I'd like to thank are the one that make my job as a DARE officer very easy, and that's the staff here at Bear Elementary, and that begins with your principal, Mrs. Rupert. And your 5th grade teachers, Mrs. Donovan and Mrs. Miller. And now it's time for you to receive your certificates, and we'll start with Mrs. Miller's class.
All right. You all did so good on your essays, and everybody did a great job, so here we go. Austin Onslinger. Drake Burke. Zachary Coleman. Braden Daffler. Officer Dark. Look over here. Oh.
Congratulations.
Ava Ferguson. Jordan Hammond. Jordan. Reese Hammond. Parker Hurt. She's not here. And we have McCartney Lawson, who is not here today. Sarah Mansour. Haley Mead. Nevaeh Mercer. There's hers. We have Jayla Osborne. She's also not here today. Eric Pennington. Malachi Pritchard. Jennifer Reinhardt. Jacob Reisner. And Lily Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Donovan's class.
Laika. Laika Ayuban. Nora Betcher. Olivia Coleman. Braxton Collins. Sam Kramer. Elin Flanagan. Ty Hoskins. Kirsten Martin. Owen McNeil. Cohen Mullins. Seth Penwell. Savannah Puckett. Mia Schultz. Bobby Sorrell. Lily Stamper. Country Weaver. Preston Webb. Colton Willis.
Thank you. Last thing we'll do as part of our graduation is watch a short little video of DARE classes here at Bear. All right, once again, have a great summer and congratulations. I'll see you all next year. Thank you.
We got one more thing. Is it on?
Yep.
Okay. You want to read your thing first?
No.
You want me to read it?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read this as I'm Elin because she wrote this. She said, "Hi, I am Elin, and let me say that we 5th graders can't wait until DARE next year again in 6th grade. This year we all love DARE, especially our teacher in all of this, Officer Doug Sheritz. Officer Sheritz is so kind and sweet. Of course, we learned about his job. We loved asking him questions like, what is the craziest thing that someone has stole? Let me tell you, I wasn't expecting him to say the rails on the bridge. For this, here are thank you cards from each and every one of your crazy students in 5th grade, and we all can't wait to see you again next year." We also wanted to take a moment to thank our representatives from the city that came to spend the afternoon with us and take time out of your busy day, so thank you. And then 4th grade, thank you for coming to watch our graduation, and we are excited to have you guys next year and get to do DARE next year as well. I know Officer Doug is probably looking forward to coming back. So at this time, 4th graders can be dismissed.